You know that feeling when your to-do list just feels like a revolving door of the same tasks you stared at yesterday? Well, if that's you, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dive into a super powerful but really simple method to finally conquer all that clutter, both digital and physical, for good.
So, does this sound familiar? You open an email, you kind of scan it, and you think, I'll deal with this later, and you just close it. But then, an hour later, you find yourself doing the exact same thing. And by the end of the day, you've looked at that same message 5 separate times without making a single ounce of progress. Look, this isn't just some bad habit, it is a major productivity trap. See, every single time you revisit a task without actually acting on it, you're doing more than just wasting time. You're draining your mental battery, creating this constant low-level stress that keeps you from focusing on what really, truly matters.
But what if there was a simple rule to just break that cycle? For good. Well, there is. And it's all about making a decision and moving on. It's called the handle it once rule.
And the key to unlocking this whole new level of productivity? It's actually a simple 4-letter word that really captures this entire philosophy.
OHIO. It stands for Only Handle It Once. The principle is almost deceptively simple. The moment you touch something, whether it's an email, the piece of paper, or a task, you deal with it completely. That's it. No more putting it aside for later. So this means that for any task that comes your way, you have 4 clear choices. That's it. First, you can do it right away. Second, you can delegate it to the right person. Third, you can defer it, and this is so key, by scheduling a specific time to handle it later. Or fourth, you can just delete it, file it away, or toss it in the trash. The whole point is, you make a decision and you move on.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds simple, maybe a little too simple. So why is it so incredibly effective? Well, the answer is actually rooted in the psychology of how our brains are wired to handle tasks. There's this fascinating psychological principle called the Zeigarnik effect. And what it proves is that our brains are literally hardwired to remember incomplete tasks better than completed ones. So every task you put off just kind of lingers in your mind, creating this constant distracting mental hum.
And this visual really drives it home, right? On the left, that's your brain on open loops, just a tangled mess of mental clutter and decision fatigue. But on the right, that's your brain after applying Ohio. By closing those loops, you get mental clarity. You free up all that brain power for what's actually important. All right, so we've covered the what and the why. Now for the most important part, the how. Let's talk about how you can actually apply the Ohio method in your own life, like starting today. At work, this method is a complete game changer. Stop letting your inbox run your entire day. Instead, set specific times to process it. Open an email, handle it once. Start writing a report, finish the section you're on before you move on. This simple discipline brings back structure and keeps your focus razor sharp. And for all the students out there, listen up. This is for you. Stop just passively rereading your notes. Instead, when you finish a chapter, immediately summarize it. Get a new assignment? Decide on the very first step right then and there. This kind of active, immediate processing is proven to lock that information in for the long term. And this stuff applies everywhere in your daily life. That text message that would take 30 seconds to answer, just handle it now. That stack of mail by the door, sort it the moment you walk in. By tackling these little things just once, you stop them from piling up into a huge mountain of clutter later. So, where do you begin? Well, the beauty of this method is you don't need to totally overhaul your entire life overnight. You can start with just one simple step. Just start by handling one thing, once. Remember, the Ohio method isn't about speed, it's about being decisive. It's about giving a task a sense of finality. You touch it, you deal with it, and then you truly let it go. And that frees up your mind for whatever's next. So I'll leave you with this one question. Take a look at your desk, or your inbox, or your to-do list right now. What is the one small thing you can choose to handle once and for all today?